Looking for excitement? Chumba Casino is here. Play anytime, play anywhere. Play on the train, play at the store, play at home, play when you're bored. Play today for your chance to win and get daily bonuses when you log in. So what are you waiting for? Don't delay. Chumba Casino is free to play.
Experience social gameplay like never before. Go to Chumba Casino right now to play hundreds of games, including online slots, bingo, Slingo, and more. Live the Chumba life at ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey guys, Brad Gilmore here. Want to give a big shout out to our title sponsor, Walker Texas Lawyer. If you or a loved one have been injured in an accident, whether that be a car, truck, motorcycle accident, or some kind of other issue, hit up Walker Texas Lawyer at 713-552-1117 or walkertexaslawyer.com.
Oh, Brad, what have you done now?
Broadcasting live from Houston, Texas, and around the world. TV host, best-selling author, and radio personality Brad Gilmore brings you a collection of conversations with stars from movies.
Matthew McConaughey.
Brad Gilmore.
Mark Wahlberg.
Hey, how are you?
The legendary Mr. Christopher Lloyd. Christopher, how we doing?
Well, I'm doing good. Great introduction.
Jessica Alba and Lizzie Mathis. Ladies, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Kevin Costner joins us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Television.
Jimmy Fallon joins us this morning. Jimmy, how you doing, my friend?
Good morning. Thank you so much, Brad, for having me. I appreciate this, bud.
Kelly Ripa.
Brad, thank you for having me.
Comedy.
Jay Leno joins us. Jay, how you doing?
Hey, Brad, what's going on?
Chris Tucker is in the building. Chris Tucker, good morning to you.
Hey, Brad. Good morning to you. How are you?
George Lopez joins us right now. George, how are you doing, sir?
Good morning.
Music.
Lola Monroe.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
The legendary frontman of AC/DC, Brian Johnson, joins us right now. Brian, how you doing?
Good morning, Brad. What lovely to talk to me. Funny lad.
Megan Trainor.
Thank you so much, Brad. You're awesome.
Chloe Bailey joins us. I appreciate the time.
Appreciate you.
And more. This is The Collection. Now your host, The Boat.
Brad Gilmore.
Michael, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me. Congratulations on the movie, man.
Hey, thank you so much. I'm so excited to talk about it.
Okay, look, let's start there because I'm always fascinated by process. Like, that's the most fascinating thing for me when it comes to a filmmaker, especially one who writes and directs the movie. So where did the origin of the idea come from where you wanted to start on this screenplay? And then how different did it look by the shooting draft?
That's a great question. I mean, the jumping off point was the fact that I had been with my long-term partner for almost 17 years now. And when I was writing the film, it was kind of almost 10 years. And we were living together, and I was just kind of confronting that part of a relationship that was new to me, where I realized we kind of were living the same life, that I was sort of becoming more like her. She was becoming more like me. We had the same friends. We breathed the same air. And just that weird feeling of wondering, am I losing my individuality, but by sort of sharing a life with this other person? And I told my partner, hey, I think I'm going to write the script. And she said, that's upsetting to me, but that's a good idea and you should do it. And I'm like, okay, cool, great. And then, writing the difference between the first draft to the final draft, it's funny because some things are fundamental. Like the very final shot of the film was in the very, very, very first draft. And it describes like the camera movement and even kind of like the light. And it's exactly the same. And I'm so proud of that there was kind of a fundamental kind of kernel to that. But it's just the thing that really changed actually from the first draft to the final draft on a broad level was putting more of my own kind of personal story and my personal kind of fears and anxieties and trauma into the film, because that was something that I was worried about. I was like, I've never written something so vulnerable before, but the more specificity I put into the script, the more it kind of came to life, the less generic it became. And I think that the film's so much better for it, but it does feel strange now, 2 days away from this story being in front of millions of people, that they're all going to see my dirty laundry.
Well, that's what I was going to ask, is because you've spent now so many years from the screenplay to the production of the film, going through the edit, and now you're doing the press, which is normally the final lap here before release. I was going to ask you already answered it. It's anxious, but to be able to say that you're done, like one of the hardest things, I wrote a book one time, and that was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. And when I was finished with it, I was like, oh, there's so many things I could still change and go back and tweak, but you know what? I just got to let it go and let it go to the people. Is that kind of what you're feeling?
100%. You know what's that old cliche that art is never finished, only abandoned. And
Yes.
that's a bit how I feel. But when we screened at Sundance, the screening was so good and everybody loved it. And we had this amazing deal where we sold this amazing sale to Neon, who have come on as our distributors. After that, they said to me, "Hey, look, if there's anything that you kind of wanted to keep tweaking with, let us know. We could potentially do that." And there are some things in the film where, if I had if in my heart of hearts, I could say, I wouldn't mind doing that and just kind of tweaking that a little bit. But I kind of felt like, no, I like it being sort of a time capsule of this place and this experience, and it's played well, and everybody's kind of loved it so far. So I just didn't want to mess with a good thing. But when I sit and watch the screenings with audiences, there's every now and then I'm like, that edit that's a little 1 second too long, and that's a little
It really is never finished, but it's nice for Neon to be so allowing you as an artist to continue to tweak things. They really have a great eye for projects, and I'm sure it's been lovely to be able to work with them.
Yeah, they're incredibly collaborative as well. I just absolutely love working with them.
And what's been what was the collaboration like on set? With Dave and Allison, obviously they bring their own chemistry to it. Being they're a real life couple, but being able to work on set, did y'all have like a nice collaboration?
Absolutely. By the time we were on set, Dave and Allison and I had been kind of talking, I don't know, something like a year on Zoom meetings and just, going over the script, because we had such a limited budget for the ambition of this film that by the time we were on set, we needed to go, go, go. So there was no time for umming and ahhing. There was no time for improv. We were, I'd storyboarded the whole film. They knew the whole film. We all knew the film kind of backwards and forwards. And so we were this wonderful team, and they're such lovely, passionate people that passion kind of infected the whole crew. And it was, it should have been a stressful shoot because we had so much to pull off with such limited resources. But actually, everybody, the whole crew, it was a giddy time. It kind of felt like a big student film or something where we were just all kind of delighted because, unlike certain films that perhaps have sort of a drier tone, this was a movie where we might go from a scene of extreme emotional intensity, and then the next scene would be wheeling out some crazy practical effects, some crazy puppets, and suddenly everybody's like, what are we doing? I can't believe we get away with making this insane horror sequence.
So, okay, final question for you. Just again, writers sometimes make the worst editors, right? That's another adage. Because every word is important. You put it there for a reason when you wrote the script. Was there something on set that as you were shooting, you go, you know what? I know this isn't going to work. I'm going to have to cut this?
Well, again, with independent filmmaking, like every single thing, every day there are compromises that you're making. Sure. And there was a scene that I had written, and it was just kind of a scene of transporting two characters from one location to the next. But it's after, and we've written this, I'd written it in such a way that we're going to have to shoot it in kind of like 6 different shots, and we just didn't have time to do that. And as that day was beginning, and I was trying to figure out how are we going to do this, the first assistant director was standing in the doorway giving a security briefing, and the light was hitting him in a way where I could really clearly see his shadow. And I thought, you know what? We can just reduce this whole scene down to one shot if we just shoot that doorway, open the doorway, and we see the shadow of those two characters walking past. And that reduced our 6-shot scene that we could never do into a single shot, and we cut all the dialogue from it, and it works beautifully. And when I watch the movie, I think that's one of my favorite directorial decisions, and it was just like totally improvised in the moment.
Love it. Love it. Well, congratulations on the movie. I'm glad everyone's going to get to see it, and pleasure talking to you.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.